Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I just wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about some people. We got some mess to get into today because you know what I told myself? One, I need a Patreon. That's one. Because I feel like I really be wanting to have some real kitchen table talk. And I feel like I can't say everything I want to say on YouTube. Um, so I want to look into that this year, sometime this year. And yeah, I want to look into that. Would y'all join a Patreon? Would you join? And don't tell me you're gonna join and you're not gonna join. Don't be like, yeah, I'm gonna join, girl. Girl, and then when it's time to give your little $4.99 or $5.99, girl, you're like, oh, girl, I don't think I want to join. I just don't want to start something if, girl, there's not gonna be any participation. You know what I'm saying? But I want to, because we need to get into some stuff. We need to get into some stuff. And we already have to like walk a fine line when we down here on these YouTube streets. Not to say I don't know how it works on Patreon, but I feel like you have a little bit more freedom to be vocal. I'm gonna say some of the stuff today. Okay. Peter Thomas, let's get into this. So this is according to the Neighborhood Talk. So Peter Thomas vows to reopen Bar One restaurant within 3 weeks following eviction order. Claims he just put his rent on hold. Girl, I said, girl, not the girls. Girl, can you put your rent on hold? I don't know how that works. Now I know because I'm not no homeowner. So I don't know how it worked with the mortgage, but I know over here, girl, at this apartment, girl, you can't put your rent on hold. If your rent is not in by the third, you getting a late fee. I think by the 10th, girl, I think they file an eviction papers. I don't know. Because I pay my rent. I pay my rent on the 21st. Girl, whenever my check hit, that's when I pay my rent. So thank God. So I don't know. Now I know in my old apartment, girl, okay. In my old apartment when I was late a couple of times, girl, I know, girl, your rent was you was gonna get a late fee. Um, you was gonna get a late fee. I think it was the third or the fourth. I think there was a fourth, and then after the fourth, you're gonna get it's like $10 a day and all that stuff. So I don't know how the whole put your rent on hold work. But this is what they had to say. Neighbors, if you thought a little eviction was gonna stop Peter Thomas, you thought wrong. Amid reports that he was evicted from his restaurant just weeks before his DUI arrest, Peter says he'll have the restaurant back open in 3 weeks. Now, I will say this. I went to Miami like a month ago, I believe. I can't remember. It was recent though. And I was in my Lyft, and it's so crazy because every time I go to Miami, I said I'm gonna go to Bar One, and every time I get to Miami, girl, Bar One be the furthest thing from my mind, honey. I'll be looking at I'll be up there, I'll be up there with the Afro Latinos and Cubans and Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, honey. So I'll be I'll be trying to get it in with the girl. So, anyways, no, but for real, every time I go to Miami, I always say I'm gonna go to Bar One, and I never go. And then this time, girl, I couldn't go because, girl, I think it's closed, right? It's closed, but they still have the Bar One sign up. So I don't know what that's about. I'm not saying that Peter Thomas is telling the truth, but I'm telling y'all, when I passed by just a month ago or so, girl, it was still labeled Bar One on the building. So maybe it's some truth to what he's saying. I don't know. In a statement to Radar Online, he says, I've had the venue for 5 years. I've paid over $600,000 a year for rent. Ooh, girl. Ooh. Girl, y'all be paying them? I guess because I don't own a restaurant. I guess the girls be, I guess y'all be paying a lot for these spaces. $600,000 a year for rent. Oh, girl. And then decided to put it on hold. I've worked with that landlord since 1995, so they know me extremely well over 6 venues. Nobody does business with somebody for 30 years over 6 venues, and we are at war with each other, he continued. It's not that type of party. It's much deeper than that. It's a lawsuit against the landlord and the condo association. I got caught up in the middle of that, and I stepped down for a minute. So if anybody does any investigation, they will see what it really is. Court documents stated that Peter had fell short of his promise to pay nearly $500,000 in rental debt that was owed to the landlord. Former employees of the restaurant also accused him of failing to pay them as well. See, this is the thing with Peter. Y'all know Peter. Y'all know Peter is my man. So I can never tell when Peter. Like, this is the thing. We know for a fact we're not gonna act like Miss Wanda and the girls on Love and Marriage Huntsville who believe that just because something hits, the World Wide Web, just because it's on social media, that means that it's the truth. No, just because it's on the blogs does not mean that it's true. And maybe also because I do like Peter, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to see it for what it is. But if Peter is basically saying that I've worked with the landlord since 1995 and they know me extremely well over 6 venues, then it does kind of make it wouldn't it sway you to believe that maybe Peter could be telling some of the truth? Now, girl, when it start now, see, Peter, when you start to lose the boys and girls, and including me, is when the people start saying, "Girl, they ain't getting paid." Girl, the employees talking about your checks is bouncing. They say they ain't getting paid. So you gotta answer to that one. Oh, let me go back. Okay, here we go. Nobody does business with somebody over 30 years. If Peter is saying that he's worked with these folk for over 30 years, it would be hard for me to believe that if he's this horrible business person, right, then why would you continue to work with someone for over 30 years? So maybe it's some truth to what Peter is saying. Y'all think so? I don't know. I don't know. Peter, they say you're not paying your pussy bill. Yeah, we don't like that. Every time I get down here, I gotta defend you, nigga. Oh, girl, y'all know I love Peter. Peter was always, but see, Peter is the type of person that you don't know if he's just a good calm man or not. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't remember Peter. I don't ever remember Peter on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Well, I mean, girl, he did trick Cynthia into coming down to Atlanta, girl, broke. I don't know, girl. I love Peter. I don't care what none of y'all say. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, so I had to do a quick set change and a little quick outfit change. Okay, girl. All right, so listen. Let's just get into this story. So this is Chris. This is according to the Neighborhood Talk. Chris Stokes' ex-wife Monyee Morton speaks out following alleged SA claims. I can confirm he committed these acts. Now I'm gonna go do so. I just wanted to tap on this story quickly, and then I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of digging because I got some questions, and I'm gonna see if I can find the answers to my questions. So this is what she said so far. I married him in 2004, just days before I gave birth to my fourth child. He has faced accusations of sexual acts that I know to be true, but parties are unwilling to come forward and confirm them. I can confirm that he committed these acts, and it begins with acknowledging what I didn't want to accept. I married a perpetrator of such crimes. Now it's time for me to liberate my spirit and open up about it. For the past 2.5 years, I've dedicated time to self improvement, working on my mental, physical, and emotional well being, often in solitude. At this point, my heart's desire is for every victim, including myself, to heal and live long, healthy, productive lives. I seek justice. Hashtag Chris Stokes, hashtag Marcus Houston, hashtag accusations, hashtag truth, and hashtag reality. So, this is what I got to say so far. I don't want to come across as insensitive because I don't know the full story with Monyee. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, and Chris Stokes. I don't know the age of Monyee. I'm going to try to find that out. I don't know if she was someone who was young, right? We know Marcus Houston, girl. We know he peeping around the corner waiting for the girls to turn 18. Hello? So then he ain't got to worry about going to jail because at that point it's legal. So I don't know if Monyee was a young girl who was taken advantage of by Chris Stokes. I don't know if she was the same age as him and was taken advantage of, because I think sometimes we do have this idea that because someone is of a particular age that they can't be taken advantage of. You don't know when you meet someone what space they're in life, right? They could be going through things. They could be in a moment of weakness, and that person takes advantage of that moment. So I don't know the background of Monyee's and Chris Stokes' relationship. Um, I just find it a tad bit problematic that, girl, 20 years later, you want to come out and basically say, oh, yeah, girl, the stuff was basically true. And I also know other people too. At the time, I was having my fourth child. And so, girl, no, girl, what it sounds like low key is, girl, you was cashing them bump checks. That money was long and strong. Now y'all ain't married no more. Girl, the child support checks probably done stopped. I don't know. And then all of a sudden, girl, you want to bring your black ass down to the internet talking about, girl, yeah, he did it. And I also know other people he did it too. And I'm a victim also. Are you really? You're going to have to give us more information. Because I don't like it. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I don't like that, girl. You've been sitting around here, girl. Now it's, oh, I had my fourth child. Now I don't know the other three children. I don't know if those children she had prior to Chris Stokes or if they're all from Chris Stokes. I don't know. I want everybody in my chambers though. I want everybody in my chambers. I want Chris. I want her. And I want them children, because them children grown now. I want to know if they know, and I want to know if they saw anything. I got questions, and I want some answers today. Hello? It's just, again, I'm not saying that she's not a victim because we don't know the background. We don't know the full story between her and Chris Stokes. But I think right now, I think it's okay for me, I can't talk for nobody else, to give her side eye. Remember when Andrea Kelly came out? When the whole stuff was going, for those who don't know, that's R. Kelly's ex-wife. And excuse me, some of us had questions about, it was a little, it was a moment where I had a little side eye for Miss Andrea. Because remember, it was a video that came out, I think she was on Instagram or something, and it almost looked like she was mocking the situation. And that was probably the first time where I started side eyeing Miss Andrea. Like, I think that it is okay to ask questions of, especially when a person was married to someone, and then you come out and you want to say things like, oh, we were married and I was going through this, so I didn't see nothing. I didn't hear nothing. So, girl, when there was scuttlebutt floating around town, how long were Chris and that lady married? That's what I want to know. How long were they married? Were they married when Raz B came out with what he said? In 2004, when you were pregnant with your fourth child, were you already hearing scuttlebutt about Chris Stokes being in these streets taking advantage of people? And when I say people, I'm talking about the children. I need to know. Now, all of a sudden, you've been working on your mental, physical, and emotional well being, often in solitude. At this point, my heart's desire is for every victim, including myself. It's giving, girl. It's giving. Monyee Morton is giving. You need your ass whooped too. Quiet as it's kept. If you was gonna come out with something like this, you should have came out with the full details. Because I think a lot of people are side eyeing you, girl, and a lot of people is including me. We're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on over there and what was going on. Because you're doing a lot. You ain't doing a lot. You just did a little bit of this. But we got a whole bunch of questions. Were you married to this man when they say all this shit was going down? But you didn't care. Because like I said, them bump checks was floating through the house. And you was probably living a cute little lifestyle. Now the child support payments done stopped. Now you like, oh girl, this last child just hit 18. Oh, yes. Okay. I don't know. But I just think that, girl, you're going to have to come out with something a little bit more. I hope somebody out there interview her. Because I need to know. I need some answers. I need some answers because I got some questions. Let's go to the comments. Okay, girl, a lot of us confused. On one hand, we need her to speak out so the ABUSC can be cut off and kudos to her. On the other hand, so you knew he was an ABUSCR and stayed with him and never said anything to protect the victims? These women can be just as guilty for staying. Another Andrea Kelly. Someone put slept with him, had kids with him, stayed with him, and now you want to release them demons. Girl, bye. Someone else put, girl, you guilty too. If you watch them kids get touched, I ain't do nothing. That's a mess. I've always believed Raspy anyways. Someone put 2023 definitely jumped off the ropes and tagged 2024 in. I'm just saying, like I said, girl, we don't know the ins and outs of the situation. We don't know if she was someone who was taken advantage of. She could have been young herself. And again, even if she wasn't young, that does not mean you can't be taken advantage of. We just don't know the full story. So she could be a victim, but girl, coming out with something like this is not. You need something a little bit more in depth. I'm sorry. If you're gonna come out with something like this, girl, you need to go into detail about this is what happened. This is where I was in life, girl. This is when I started hearing stuff. I started questioning him because I love my husband. He told me no. But even if that came out, girl, I would still look at you crazy like, girl, how you even sleeping with a man who, girl, they say he out here, girl, touching. I just want to know. And I don't feel like this was enough. I don't. Hopefully, if she does come out with more information, we can start to connect the dots and it'll start to make more sense and she can let us know this is where I was. This is where I was at in life at that point. This is when I met him. This happened. This happened. This happened. This happened. And then I started hearing this. And then I started hearing this. And I believed him. Even she said I believed him because he was my husband. Y'all believe y'all husbands, girl. That's your husband. I believed him because he was my husband. This, and this. Then I could say, oh, okay. But this wasn't enough for me. It just wasn't. Sorry. And I don't want to come across as an insensitive asshole, but it just wasn't. And it does sound like you done waited 20 years and now you want to clear your conscience. When the girls start getting older, honey, they start thinking about heaven and hell. Girl, let me clear my conscience, honey. Anyways, all right. Okay. So listen, we all grown. And can't nobody make us do what we don't want to do. But it's something about Kanye West and his new wife that gives me like I don't know what. I feel like Kanye has that lady over there and got her looking, dressing, doing some of everything. I do. I don't want to. I think it could be irresponsible to start just using the A word, ABUSE, and attaching that to everybody. But I do feel like I just want to show y'all some of these pictures of this girl. Girl, what is this? You know what I really want to know? I want to know, how was she dressing prior to Kanye West? I think that would help me out a lot. If she was the type of person who dressed like this prior to Kanye West, then I would say, okay, girl, we need to let it go. But for some reason, everything about the way that this woman is styled gives me, just screams Kanye West. It just screams Kanye West. Girl, you got this girl out here in a goddamn, girl, some floss and a head mask. Girl, what is going on? I knew Kanye. We already know Kanye. We already know Kanye. You know, he's a little. He's. Okay, let me shut up. I knew something was going on. Well, we've been knowing something was going on. But I knew Kanye had lost his goddamn mind. I'm going to go ahead and say it. But I saw Kanye West walking outside barefoot a couple of weeks ago. It was about a month and a half ago. I said, oh, baby, she gone. She gone. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. It is a difference when you don't have the option, right? There are people out here right now in this world who don't, they have to walk around barefoot. Right? But when you have the option to put something on your goddamn feet and you choose to walk around outside on these dirty ass streets with no shoes, no socks, no nothing on, just barefoot, girl, I started thinking something is cuckoo going on up there. Girl, y'all don't remember Kanye then walking around her barefoot? Girl, I said, girl, what is going on? Girl, I'm telling y'all, Kanye, let me find this picture of Kanye being barefoot. Don the Son, girl, I don't know what's going on. Girl, like, we're not going to take away from Kanye West. Kanye West is, in my eyes, a fashion icon. He really is. Some people say he stole some of his fashion ideas from other people. I don't know how true that is, girl. But that's what they say allegedly, girl. Kanye not as, when it comes to his fashion, girl, he just take his ideas from other people. I don't know. But, girl, for what I know, girl, Kanye West is a fashion icon, girl. You know what I'm saying? But I think this is one of those moments where in fashion where, girl, he is absolutely missing. Kanye, ain't nobody about to be walking around here looking like that lady. That lady look like she don't know if she coming or going. That lady look like she wake up in my head. I feel like his wife wakes up like, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? Oh my gosh, what is he gonna make me wear today? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna look like I don't feel comfortable in this. Girl, you got this lady walking on her barefoot. Kanye West, ain't nobody gonna catch on to that fashion trend. Ain't nobody walking around here who got a little bit of sense walking outside without nothing on their goddamn feet. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen, Captain. And girl, let me see, if I see y'all asses outside without no shoes on, I'm gonna talk about y'all. Now I'm not gonna say nothing because you grown. But girl, when I get in my car, I'm gonna wear your ass out. Look at that dumb ass bitch. Just walking around here just barefoot. Walking on all types of piss and shit. Girl, no, this nigga did not just walk outside with no shoes on. Just dumb. That's how I'm gonna be. Anyways, girl. Shout out to Kanye West. Shout out to that lady Bianca, girl. Bitch, blink. If you in danger, girl, blink. Because it looked like it's giving us very much, girl. Kanye make you wear what he wants you to wear, and it looked like you don't want to wear it. I just don't get it. But girl, you grown, girl. I don't understand it. I don't get it. And Kanye West does things in the fashion world where I think that some of us, we don't get it at first, and then we get it. Because there have been more than a few times where I'm like, Kanye looked like a fool. And then I was like, oh, that's actually kind of cute. Remember when Kanye started walking around here with that big jacket on and those Croc, like the, what are they called? Rain boots. And I was like, girl, Kanye look a fool. And then I would have bought me a little pair of rain boots because I wanted to try to give the same little look. Oh, yeah. I remember back in college when Kanye was walking around here with those Argyle sweaters on. When I tell you, baby, every boy at school, Girl was going for the college dropout look. Girl, the sweaters. I'm gonna bring that look back. The sweaters with the button down underneath. Yes, man, we used to tear it up with a vest. Don't have no vest on. Yeah, we used to tear it up. Anyways, girl, shout out to Kanye West and shout out to that lady, bitch. Girl, oh my God. I'm gone, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.